Welcome to another exciting episode of Anytime, Anywhere. Draw your cards, gentlemen.
Since when do we do intros? What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm just imagining like the cool intro music, and giving a lot of credit to free musicians who are hoping to get exposure. And I'm thinking the most exposure they get with this show is if somebody took their pants down.
Oh wait, we need to play with our pants on?
Damn it!
I'm out.
No.
Too much.
No reds.
No reds.
Chris will get 4 reds. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, that one. And you can go over to there.
That would actually be really cool if somebody ever got 4 reds. Just a big hand to fuck you. No reds, Chris?
Nope.
Happy holidays! Woo!
All right. I've seen a lot of those come up, and they're still only 4 in the deck.
Yeah, I've had 3 times now. So.
You are lucky on card play. Well, okay, good call. All right, you guys are.
No, considering how many divine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much help you max out your stats, dude. No problem. You guys are sitting around. You've got the oil lamps are going and whatnot. There's 4 guards standing around carefully keeping an eye on Freddy. The rhino-headed guards are probably right outside the door ready to grab McKay and whisk him off to some other version of safety in the slightest trouble. And you guys are sitting around the usual table, and all of a sudden the building quakes a little bit. The door bursts open. Rhino-headed guards go, "Get him to safety!" They grab McKay, and they run him off down the hallway.
I just sit there and wait.
Cut to 1/2 hour later. He is eventually, you hear him thanking the guards as they march back, and he is allowed to sit back down.
By the way, during that time, if I look out the window, did I see any more unusual shit?
You saw a couple of squirrels in the tree, and they were like staring at the window, and until you opened it up and looked out, and then they went back to doing squirrel things.
Okay. All right. So, Doc. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
We managed to secure the shield.
Secure the what?
The shield.
What shield?
Distant thunder.
Okay, you might want to go ask Elwin. A note was left for you, and the unlock.
Distant rumble of thunder.
It'll explain everything. Or I can show you my copy. It's the same.
Alright, I'll show you. Show me your copy then.
Alright, Logan, do you want me to just copy paste it or?
Sure, or read it or whatever. Yeah.
Alright, hold
or
on.
make Pete read it. Anyway,
one sec, let me find it real quick.
Pete could read it in his narrator voice. You hear it beginning to rain outside.
There we go.
And some screaming.
Screaming.
Yeah.
Is it raining fire or some shit out there?
You open the window. It seems to be raining some sort of black water.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, there you are.
The note to the free individual known as Freddy Firestarter, Joshua McKay, and the Blue Rock. The Blue Rock.
Out loud, if you please, for the studio audience.
The family Mingus will relinquish their right to vendetta for the slaying of Helldarash if the following items are delivered either to the envoys who brought this canly message or to the house that the king had put aside for their use during happier times by brackets end of season. These things include the body of Reuben's Higglebottom. His family wishes to inter it in their family plot. The shield of Calderash, so that it may adorn its proper place of honor upon the wall of his family's house and be looked upon as both a lesson and warning. The sword of Calderash, so that his heir may receive it as is proper. The armor of Calderash, so that it may protect his body after death. Lastly, the corpse of Calderash, so that it may be interred in the family plot. Should these items fail to be provided in the accords of honour, the family Mingus will have no choice but to pursue Canley. Because the individual named Freddy Firestarter has removed the offending hand and substituted no other prosthetic, Benedict, the patron of this family, considers the matter of the slaying itself to be complete and shall take no action unless Freddy Firestarter recants his actions. So any idea what Canley is?
It's basically it's when one house declares war on another house. If
Okay.
you don't do whatever they tell you to do.
Did you send a note back saying that we demand an apology for him attacking us in the first place?
No, I'm not that crazy. Apology?
Hey, he was the one who attacked us in the first place.
True, you can tell him yourself. But yeah, we got the shield. We made it a lot harder than we. Yeah.
Okay, yep, sorry, yep, go on. Sorry.
We
You got the shield, yeah?
got the shield. We got the ashes of the bodies. Unfortunately, they were cremated.
Yep,
They're
yep.
they're in the embassy.
Yep, they assumedly didn't want the elves raising the dead.
Oh no, it was in Gothic.
Yeah, Gothic's still got elves, don't forget.
Oh, well, yeah. So maybe, I don't know. But yeah. And I believe Rock still has the sword, so the only thing left is the armor.
Okay. And what happened to that?
Doc, would you like to tell him, or shall I?
You hear a kind of ripping of metal scream out in the distance, far distance.
By the way, just as an FYI, there appears to be some sort of melding of realities going on. The other day we saw a Zia storm appear not too far from the embassy, and a giant 747 plane crashed into one of the buildings, and the German lady from 1987 crashed into one of the buildings. She's around here somewhere in the embassy.
What was her name?
I think her name was Kathy. Can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, so she wasn't one of the...
She had no idea what was going on.
One of the shadows of that individual who keeps cropping up, the mad scientist woman?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. That's what I was just curious if it was linking in with that.
She's around here somewhere if you want to find her, but she seemed to have no fucking clue what was going on.
So she was from 1987.
That's what she said.
Alright. And we don't know any zones of 1987, do we?
The closest would be Boris, but that's a slew stack zone.
Yeah, presumably she's human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, isn't
she
Sherman
sorry?
close to 1987?
No, that's 2000.
Sherman is 2000.
Oh, okay.
So it's close-ish, but...
Yeah, no, she was quite freaked out when she saw all the elves and animal people.
I bet.
You hear a big, a loud thump, followed by several small thumps on the ceiling.
Is it raining hail or something? What's going on?
Yeah,
I look out the window.
Hey, some weird black rain and stuff. No sign of the squirrels.
Yeah, this is probably more to do with what happened the other day.
What
By the
happened?
way, if you look really closely, McKay, you might sometimes see some weird wispy skulls floating around.
Oh, okay.
He says completely nonchalant. Everybody give me a spot hidden roll at a quarter. Quarter.
Yeah, I see it right there. It's over there.
Spot hidden. Yes.
Holy shit.
Oh, hold on. Did I roll it already?
Yes.
Oh, I got it, but not my quarter. Never mind.
You think Freddie may be talking shit, but McKay is watching the floor closely and going, interesting. It looks kind of like coming from one wall, going across the floor is kind of a whitish mist, and occasionally it'll form into like a skull-looking thing, and then it's really hard to see because it's kind of like the picture of the young girl and the old lady, where it's one of those mental tricks to see one and then the other, and it seems to be flowing out the other wall.
Squint your eyes, it looks like a ship.
It looks like an asshole to me, but okay.
You hear a lot of yelling and people running around outside and such.
Should we
All right,
go look?
so end of world stuff's happening, is it?
Kind of. It's more of what I posted on the boards earlier.
Door bursts
To do
open.
with
The
ring
guards
of,
grab McKay.
To do with the ring of skulls.
Yeah.
He says as he's being rhino handled out of the room.
I'll walk with him.
All right, no problem. They having no idea what else to do. They are you wanting to follow along as well, Fulton, or just sit there and wonder what happened? They take McKay to his personal quarters, make sure it's okay with him to let in the other two, i.e., yes. Then they sit you in there and they post more guards, and Freddy's 4 guards are still keeping an eye on him. You notice also McKay and Fulton, give me a spot hidden at full. You should be able to make this.
Yeah, bug water again.
You guys notice that Freddy's guards are concealing large amounts of ropes, burlap bags, and chains on them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, that's for later.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, so...
one more thing before I forget.
Yes?
We were attacked by the Harlequins. Almost died. There was some masked individual kind of off in the distance. I didn't see him. The new person grabbed it.
Uh-oh, it seems to have frozen up. Unfreeze. Unfreeze. Reload. Reload. Sorry, gentle listeners, for the tech quality.
Similar. Doc, you saw them when they were chasing us. It was those same ones.
Was it only me that froze up that time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hooray.
So, has the Joker still been about?
Yes, we saw him the other day when we were in the gambling den trying to get the shield. He was actually kind of friendly in a creepy way.
So he wasn't trying to kill people?
Not at that time, but he said he was going to.
Okay.
Oh, my weapon's broke. Logan, the pocketed weapons affected by that card?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my katana's broken, so whatever.
Cool. Oh, you can always get somebody to do some sort of metal smithing or sword crafting on it to fix it.
I might ask one of the doors to do that if
Yeah.
they're done.
Or, of course, there's always more fucking Harlequin guys out there, so getting new katanas shouldn't be a real fucking
I mean, knowing
issue.
our luck, we'll see them today. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would not surprise me.
Of course it wouldn't. You're the DM. But yeah, I'll worry about that later. All right, so that's kind of all I had to tell you, update-wise.
So, what was the go of the armor?
Oh, the armor is in Gothic. It's in an irradiated zone near Bakersfield.
You hear the sounds of fighting and
Okay,
whatnot.
so along Route 66, is it?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Why is there a sound of fighting going on outside?
I don't know. Do you want to go look?
Might be worth seeing what's going on.
You got plenty of guards here. You should be able to continue uninterrupted.
Yes, but if it's the Harlequins fighting their way here, they may kill people
Sure.
that shouldn't be getting killed.
Hmm. Well, by the time you guys get up and start heading to the door, the sounds of battle are definitely waning. So one side or the other seems to have won. By the time you get there, you discover there's about 30-something dead Morlocks. It looks like the huge number of fucking Doras you got here managed to kill them pretty quickly. They've got a few injuries, but nothing life-threatening.
So they appeared from where?
Fell out of the sky.
Just like the plane.
And they didn't go splat?
They didn't fall that hard. I think they.
Okay.
I'm not sure how high up they were, but we just found them wandering around, and they didn't want to talk and were hostile. So squish.
Yep, they don't like fire.
Or light in general.
Yeah, bright light. They live in the dark. They're called Morlocks.
Why is it raining black water?
I don't know.
You have a dirty world?
We do now. One of them says.
It presumably is something to do with various zones impacting each other, and
Is this going to affect our water table? Ask one of the doors.
I open my mouth and taste the water as it drips down.
All right. Give me a taste roll.
Yes.
Kind of tastes like muddy water, like some sort of, mud.
It's definitely dirty. Wouldn't recommend drinking.
They just
Yeah.
look at you like you're insane.
we would have to analyze it to see whether or not there's any dangerous chemicals in there or any heavy metals or whatever.
We'll get right on that, they tell you. The guards, you got like half a dozen rhino-headed guards around you. Freddy's got his own 4 guards. Fulton has no guards. And they're looking around warily. We should get back inside, sir, where it's safe. We have to keep you safe, says one of the rhino-headed guards.
I feel the stuff. I look at it and I sniff it. Does it look like black blood of the earth?
It doesn't, but take a card for bringing up black blood of the earth.
Does it look like the rain in Cyberpunk World?
No. No, you're not sure where it's coming from.
We've never seen this before in any other zone.
Correct.
Okay.
The guards are very interested in moving you back to your safer rooms and stuff. Plus, you're all dirty now.
Doc Fulton, are you familiar with the Orange Bible?
Are you guys going back in or talking outside?
No, I'll go back in for the moment.
Got it. All right. Yeah, the 1,000 or so fucking doors you've got here seem to have the matter in hand. They promise to call you if it gets out of hand. They're going into full defensive lockdown right now.
What was that?
The Orange Bible. I'm just trying to. It's got the name's a bit more to it than that.
I have no idea what you're
I
talking
wasn't
about.
doing anything. You see, the rhino-headed guards in your chambers have found some guy who looks like this, who looks confused and irritated, and they drag him before you. What should we do with him? Says one of the rhino-headed guards to McKay.
Who are you?
Cock gobbler!
Why are you here?
I don't know. One minute I was with my tribe, next minute I'm here. Why are you here? What'd you do with my tribe? What'd you do with my cave? Tell me what's going on or we'll go hard with you. He says.
Does he look like the other goblins?
He looks like a kind of fucked up looking goblin. He is about 3 feet tall.
Sorry, he's about 3 feet tall?
Yeah, and the guards are currently holding him up between them. They are closer to 7 feet tall, and he is threatening you.
So, are you familiar with magic?
I know it exists, he says carefully.
Alright, so you seem to have come through a rift between worlds. A magic rift between worlds, and have appeared here.
Put me back!
We don't have any control over it. It's happening in all worlds. You've probably had stuff appearing in your world.
He just looks confused, and he's trying to keep a brave face as his legs are kicking around.
Alright. We might need to set up some sort of refugee thingy for displaced other races.
Yeah, more refugees.
One of the doors who's guarding Freddy rolls his eyes. All right. He calls in some other doors. They take away Cock Gobbler.
Send a message to the... Oh, I've got a complete
Darius?
blank. No.
Claire?
No, nobody
Owen?
at the embassy.
No.
Nobody at the embassy. The Goblin Tavern in the thingy quarter.
The arcology?
In the arcology, thank you, yes. The is it the bone?
The boneyard?
The boneyard? No. Is that the goblin? Is that the goblin inn? Where Slug, or whatever his name is.
Logan thinks so. You want us to just take him there and release him back into the world? Or...
Just ask if somebody, if he send one of his people, just say we've got a goblin from a completely different race turned up, whether or not they wish to take responsibility for him, talk to him, don't care about him, whatever.
No problem. You mean Slub? Frog Slub.
Yes.
Yeah. No problem. We can just have somebody take him there and see if he knows him or something. Or drop him off there. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. Take Cart. That's a good idea, actually. You stick him with other goblins to make him feel better about life.
Well, that's what I was asking.
Go do your namesake. Go.
It's a family. It's a valuable family name, he says as he's drug off. All right. So eventually, you guys get left alone. Although they do bring down like a bunch of stuff that they found in the room above the one you were previously talking in, your regular gathering room. It looks like badly gift wrapped presents and stuff, and some sort of tree that has like pigs and stuff that are pulling some sort of sleigh made of bones
Wow.
on the tree. So they're confused by it. So they're going to deal with that. They just wanted to show them to you and then wander off. A lot of weird shit going on right now. And that's the
Anyway,
end of Cock Gobbler.
where was I? Yes, I pull out the tiny disc from my bag. The Orange Catholic Bible.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I wasn't sure if Doc Thornton was familiar with it. I know you are, Freddie.
Yeah,
I have no idea what that is.
It's this.
It's a microfiche reader.
Well, we were able to read it a bit with microfiche, with a microfiche reader. Guys that had tattoos on them, which were basically 3 circles with a line into 3 circles in a row.
Anal beads. Just
Sorry?
anal beads. Anal beads.
No.
Yes.
3 circles in a row with a line intersecting the circles. They were all bald and didn't appear to have any hair. They were wearing wigs. They had barcodes above a data jack on the back of their neck. Yes, and this weird small glass disc we found on one of them. We were actually agents. We were MIBs when we encountered them.
I see.
Do you think this is connected somehow?
Well, the fact that one of the bits we read about talks about people who are asleep but are awake,
Yes.
which sort of links in with some of the stuff like what the Joker's been carrying on about and other people about saying I need to wake up.
You know,
The
you
guy
might,
that appeared and got his head shot.
I need to introduce you to someone. You might find them interesting. As long as I go and find Keith.
No problem. You go and look for him. Let me check on him real quick. Yeah, you eventually find him. It's not easy in this small city's worth of thing, but you ask people and they point, and eventually you find Keith.
Keith, I'd like you to meet the ambassador, Josh McKay. McKay, this is Keith.
He brings in a kind of a tallish, lanky, red-haired guy who has one of those kind of hunted, restless looks to him. He moves fairly gracefully. They've got him in some old chain mail that does not look in place on him, and they've given him a kind of a mass-produced sword that they're working on here, although the guards take it away from him before he gets to meet you, obviously. But yeah, they've been making him pull guard duty here. He goes, "Hello, your ambassadorship. I'm Keith."
Hello, Keith. And Aeolus, you are introducing him because...
Right. Keith, could you tell the ambassador what you told me about the broken people again?
I'm surprised you guys haven't heard of them since your door is and stuff. They're the ones that don't follow normal rules of people and stuff, you know. Like sometimes they might be unable to be killed, or sometimes they can walk on walls, or sometimes they can Jessica the unbeliever, if she looks at you, then her unbelief is such that you cease to exist. Or like you're talking about the nudist, when he looks at you, then all your gear just is gone, even shit you had magically pocketed. He looks fucking bitter.
Okay, so their belief in their own paradigm is so strong that it overwhelms somebody else's paradigm.
Some of the broken people have that. Others have different kinds of powers. Sometimes they can do things that are like superheroes or supervillains out of the old comics and stuff. Just weird shit. And
are they doors, or are they just they're just individuals that are just different?
I'm not sure. If they are doors, they don't know what a door is.
Okay.
Although some of them I do find in different zones, like the nudist.
So I'm assuming you're a Dora.
Yes.
Do you know what Do you know where the name Dora comes from?
I always assumed it was that little kid in a comic I saw somewhere.
Okay.
Somebody else told me about it though.
Okay.
I
Just so
didn't
you're
know for a
aware,
while.
okay, he's not one of the MMO doors. We found him in GUI. He's a lone wolf, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm assuming that. So why did you bring him here?
He seemed like a nice enough guy. He needed help.
Okay.
They found me naked because the nudist had seen me, and they were kind enough to give me a job so I could earn some money, and eventually try to find out how to move on. And then they introduced they told me the whole thing about the barber shop and the password and stuff. So I'll be trying that out at some point.
I just look there with Doc and McKay like.
Had you told him about that?
One of the security guards.
Why do the security guards know that?
They said I needed to know it because I was guarding it.
Okay.
Put me right to work. They did, your ambassador hood, he says.
Yes. All right.
Although their security isn't really that,
No.
So, but they've got me guarding. I've been guarding hard, he says. Gosh, there's a lot of people who live here. Do they bring all the strays here and leave them? I've seen a lot of weird, different races and stuff.
Yes, that tends to happen.
I see. I met up with some motorcycle chick from the 80s, she said. Her name is Kathy. She's having a nervous breakdown.
No, I bet she is.
I don't think she's a Dora either.
No. I think that's part of the issue. People, have you heard anything about what all this shit's going on?
I think it's a shadow storm. Heard about that from a guy. Yeah, big one.
You've heard of shadow storms?
I have.
Have you heard of the pattern?
He rolls his knowing about shit roll, and he goes, that deals with Arachne. I've heard of her. The Weaver, giant spider cave. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Have you heard of the Bostrom?
Bostrom.
Yes. For example.
Oh yeah, that's a type of flying car. It's a brand of flying car. He says
it could be. But not in the context that I was thinking of it.
His no shit roll is not doing well today.
No, he's not. All right. So, out of curiosity, when you first woke up, as a Dora, for example, were you in a small pocket realm, or were you in a full world?
I was in a place called Burlington. Everything's on Friday.
Yep. All right. So you're in Burlington.
I suggest you don't go back there, by the way. It's underwater.
Well, that's the question. That's the thing. When was the last time you've been to Burlington?
Not since all this shit
I'm not talking to you, Aeolus. I'm talking to this gentleman here.
I don't know. Time is
fleeting.
Difficult. Yeah, it's
Take control.
He looks at the camera. He says,
"Sorry." Yes.
It's hard. I've been to so many places that I just don't know.
Okay. Now, the reason I was asking is that I suspect some of the realms that we've encountered, there's multiple versions of them. So the Burlington you've been to is not necessarily the same as the Burlington that we are familiar with, for example.
He says.
So that's why I was curious.
Well, usually I just went where the crystal allowed until I lost it from the fucking nudist.
The crystal?
That's right. The crystal? It was I don't know if it was magic, tech, both, neither. And it would tell me where pinhole gates were. That's what I call them. They're the gates that like were not there and then not there, and sometimes I had to go to certain places at certain times, and then they would open. All of reality is just riddled with these things, but unless
Okay,
you know
interesting.
where to be, then you're never going to find them.
Almost sounds like the old TV show Sliders.
He rolls his no shit roll. Yeah, the hamburgers. Yeah.
Wow.
He nods knowledgeably because everything you've said in different zones means other shit.
Exactly right. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Interest. So, where did you get the crystal from, out of curiosity?
I found it in a treasure trove of some creature that I had to kill. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. If you got anything other than guarding that you need me to do that pays better and stuff, because I'll stick around here to try to get the lay of the
Yeah.
land, or at least till the shadow storm stuff stops.
What
Maybe.
have you got? Any specialties?
Not really. I'm kind of a general guy.
What'd you do? Can you recall at all what you did before you were a Dora?
No. Life started then.
Okay. Have you heard any theories or any people looking into why we are what we are and how we came to be where we in Wellington or whatever?
Lots. The number of different reasons that I've heard is crazy, and none of them make any sense to me. So there's one race that believes that we were sneezed out of some god or something.
Okay.
There's another one that believes that this is like a big testing thing to see who's the best, and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, shrugs. He seems to despise his chainmail, by the way.
So what? You're asking to be able to do something else, but until I know what you're good at doing, it's a bit hard for me to assist you in
fighting, running, scouting. I'm good at survival.
Apparently. You've done very well on your own so far, which amazes me, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, so
of course, now that he's met the PCs, his life can be measured in nanoseconds, but...
That's right. Does he look real?
Everything and nothing looks real. Ever since something happened a while ago, everything looks real, so nothing anymore looks especially real.
I wasn't sure with the skulls wall if things had reverted.
It's not complete yet.
Okay.
He hasn't noticed it.
So what's happening is now that what's going on with that is that they're trying to contain us within the ghost wheel realms, as we call it.
Keith raises his eyebrows.
So they are sucking power and kind of altering what ghost wheel is, and it seems like the shadows are trying to converge upon each other, so there's no more juxtaposition, and so it's like ghost wheel is losing control, and it's not keeping, the hub is not staying where it is, and all of the small pocket shadows are going to slowly become one, it seems, maybe at this point.
Well, there's shadow storms going on. It could be because the wall is blocking. It's
the other thing I know about shadow storms.
There's a pattern.
Huge crash outside.
So the balance is getting further and further out of whack because of the wall, the barrier. So, and that's what's causing the shadow storms, and that's what's causing all the pocket realms.
All I know about shadow storms personally is that if you try to mess or otherwise remove a pattern, it will create a shadow storm.
Yes, that's right.
Sounds like the city itself is in chaos outside of
Fuck's
the
sake.
embassy grounds.
Yes.
So, and also the pattern itself that's in Ghost Wheel is intact, but they're altering the reality around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know how to access Ghost Wheel. All of our trumps have been.
Do you want to try
Blocked.
them again? It might be go to a different zone, try from there.
Keith looks super interested in everything you guys are talking about.
I walk away casually.
You're currently sitting in chairs and stuff. He's been brought. He's been. There's not a lot of space to walk around because there's a whole bunch of guards and shit here.
Like, he knows everything. He knows most of the stuff at this point. Like, geez.
Yeah, Freddy wanders off by himself. He's hanging out near the ambassador's bed. His guards follow him over there and look at him suspiciously. Don't jack off on his pillow. One of them tells you.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Don't wipe your fucking dildo thing off on his pillow.
I don't say anything.
So
they drag him back. He was going to wipe his dildo on your pillow, Ambassador.
It's a very clean pillow.
okay.
Anybody want to? Opponent fails.
Oh, I've got to get rid of some cards as well.
Yeah, sure, I'll take one.
There you go.
Thank you.
Anybody want a dual wield?
No.
No, thank you.
And how about a jump plus?
Wait, I didn't give you the opponent. No, I didn't. There we go.
Oh, you
Okay,
gave me
wrong
something
thing.
else. Do you want that back?
What did I give you?
Invasive spell.
Yeah,
Wait,
if you don't
Yeah.
if you don't want it.
All right, so Keith, your skills tend to fall along the more survival,
And scouting.
exploration
Mhm.
style of thing, is it?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, your ambassadorness.
Anybody want a skill 10?
I'm used to working on my own for long periods of time and stuff. I would say that I'd be happy to make this a base, but way too many people here, and it's starting to freak me out really bad.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to being on my own, you know.
Yep. Understandable.
Well, how good are you with tech? Reasonable.
Reasonable, he says. Depends on what time period. I don't understand a lot of really old ones.
The zone we found you in.
Yeah. I know how to turn stuff on and use stuff.
Well, I need to talk to some colleagues. But if you are okay with potentially making that zone your base, we have a ship that might be good for someone like you to keep an eye on while we're away. But I'll need to confer with some others.
I'm not really into the whole guard duty thing.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this temporarily here, and then I'm fucking gone.
I'm just trying to think if.
Well, I mean, we're always curious to find more permanent gates, if you find any of those.
Now is my big opportunity to look for them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. So if we go.
Yeah, I'd be happy to since I know how to use the barbershop things and stuff now, I'd be happy to report back if I find any other gates and stuff that are locked into position. Although I am a bit nervous about traveling right now while all this shit's going on.
Yes. So that's the conundrum, isn't it? Do you want to stay here for a while with all this shit going on, or do you want to...
Do you have anywhere that's less crowded I could stay? I mean, I'm sharing a bunk with like 8 other people.
There's the Golden Waterfall.
Yeah, actually, well, there is a location that we're currently setting up that would be interesting. Actually, your exploration around that area, because there's some high-tech spots that we located nearby that I'd be interested to see if you could find some more. I've bought a building in another town called Johnstown.
Johnstown? What's it about?
What do you mean? What's it about?
What's there? What's
It's
special about it?
It's a small town that they were trying to make into a tourist place, but there's forests and stuff around there, and we
Yeah.
found a high tech alien mine nearby, which we
Ooh.
believe there may be more in the area.
I could take a look.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
And it's less crowded as well.
And it's less crowded, as yes.
Yeah. You load me up
there's-
with gear and stuff, and I'll go take a look.
Yeah. I'll talk to Darius and that, and organise to get you a passage out there. It's
All
about
right.
a day travel by train.
From here, so it's still in the zone.
Yeah, it's still in this zone.
Okay.
That's partly why we're interested in what's in regards to the alien tech that's out there.
Great. One of the Doras that's guarding Freddy says, "I'll be right back. I'll get somebody to take care of that for you, sir."
Thank you.
It gets done. Basically, the guy goes and gets some other people, comes back, resumes his guarding Freddy position, and other people take Keith away to go get him set up and talk to Darius.
Lovely. Since we've built a hotel there in Johnstown,
Yeah.
Might as well have someone there.
well, and also find out more about the area around it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's where we found the Mygo mine.
So, gents, what's the plan?
All right. So, just quickly, the reason I brought up the Orange Catholic Bible is there's a passage in there that we found that says about
Very distant sounds of combat.
as we glide without sound toward Kepler, we exist in a world within a world. We eat, sleep, fuck within the bostrom. We are only partially aware as we traverse through the golden time, but among us are those who are awake within the dream. Then protect us not for themselves, but for the new shining city upon a hill we shall build when we reach our distant destination upon that cold, waveless shore. We shall be printed anew to live within the cities we shall create. The guardians themselves shall take bodies of metal and wait beyond the sky for threats and protect us. So there's the stuff about the thing about people being awake, those among us being awake within the dream.
Yeah,
But yeah. And there's also stuff talking about multiverse in there and what we know is reality and about skin on a bowl of pudding.
maybe not that bit.
No, I think it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Closer sounds of combat and a chainsaw.
Fuck.
That sounds like something that Justice would have written.
Well,
I think Justice liked putting skins on.
no, we.
Yeah, no, pudding, not putting.
Oh,
Do we want to go see what all the fighting's about, or
not P-U-T-T.
do we not care about the fighting?
The other two are sitting there doing
wait,
the
it is
most...
pudding or it's putting?
P-U-D-D-I-N-G.
As in the stuff you eat.
It just shows Freddy listening to all these
Right.
weird
Justice
noises,
liked
and the other
pudding
two are
skins. He
just
used to, like,
super nonchalant.
Justice doesn't strike me as the religious type. He seems more...
He doesn't what?
Strike me as the religious type.
Oh, he believed in all kinds of gods.
Yeah, but
Well, it
not
depends
one.
on what religion.
Yeah.
One person's religion is another person's
Also,
way of thinking.
Didn't Merlin tell us that House Justice was gone?
Gone, kind of gone. Was it gone because did he die here? Did he die outside of here?
Well, no, it's because House Benedict wiped it out or something, right?
Noises of a chainsaw,
Or is he in
a
mega
cut-off
hiding?
stream.
Could be hiding. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Could have went back to his house of chaos. I mean, who knows?
Okay. I'm gonna go look and see what's happening. They might need help. I'll look out the window or something.
He doesn't have any windows in here. That's why this is the secure room.
I'll go to a different room and look out the window.
No problem. You go out. Eventually, you discover it looks like some giant reject from a Robot Wars thing that was mounted with twin chainsaws as being currently dismantled. It looks as though a couple of people got killed by them.
Killed by
Yeah.
those things?
Chainsaw wielding robot? Yes.
Okay.
But then it was overpowered with masses of people who beat it to death.
All right.
And a guy with a screwdriver.
We might want to fix this.
He says, coming back in the room.
So what was going on?
The robots fighting.
Okay. So have people been reacting to the?
Strangely, no agents have showed up.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
what I was curious
very
about.
weird.
That's what I was curious
Well,
about.
that's kind of like Ghost Wheels, like it's being reprogrammed right now.
Mm.
A guy.
I pull out the Ghost Wheel card and I see if I can't
You,
contact him.
you stare at it, but it's not giving you anything back. However, a guy does come in and he says, "We found something interesting, sir," to the
Yes.
ambassador.
What's that?
One of the agent guys, he's dead, though. As near as we can tell, he was trying to see his own guts and succeeded.
Oh, really?
Mm.
So he went. Where did you find him?
Out on the grounds. They're fighting in the city and such right now. We're not sure what's going on, but we're in total lockdown right now.
So
Darius and Claire are taking care of that along with your son and daughter.
Okay. So the agent, the MIB, was he dressed as a marshal?
Yes,
Was he
yes.
dressed in a 1950s suit, or?
As near as we can tell, he was trying to carve himself his own belly button. We don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, possibly because if they lost connection to the host as such.
The
all right.
guards, one of the guards who's guarding Freddy whispers to the other, "These guys are the most laid-back people in history." And everyone goes,
All right. So I was just curious as to whether or not he was dressed for this world, or if he was appearing as, or if he fell from the sky like others, and that's
There's all
partly
kinds
why
of weird shit on. There's a half of a bridge that's on the grounds now. We'll see what we can do with it later. It crushed a couple of buildings, but
what's modern?
it looks
Brick,
kind of like
metal.
a piece of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well,
I saw it
as long
once
as
on
we
an
don't
old
have
video.
part of a head and a torch, an arm holding a torch, partly sticking out of the ground.
Well, I'll send word to keep an eye out for that. They send word to keep an eye out for torches being held by arms.
When it says torch, it means flashlight.
Oh, flashlights being held by arms? Very good, sir.
No. I
What?
do not mean a flashlight at all.
Oh, they look
Stop.
at Freddy like, "You bastard." Then they go,
I'm talking about the Statue of Liberty,
Yes,
which
yes,
the
I know.
Doras would be familiar. I know you would know, which the Doras would be familiar with.
So,
You
Logan,
know, that vintage film, Planet of the Apes. Damn you all to hell. Sorry, go.
I start pulling out all my cards. None of them seem to be able to be used.
for which people specifically?
Well, at this point, it sounds cool. Well, Ghost Wheel and Merlin, first of all.
You're trying the Merlin one, and it feels like imagine an old World War II radio, but there's heavy static type thing. As far as does he bother to answer? Yeah, there was some like kind of like half-hearted attempt or something, and then it just kind of dissolved into like a mental static.
I think whatever this wall is blocking all communication. Going in and out of our reality to theirs.
The question is, which I think Doc Fulton's trying to work out, is all trump card stuff?
No, I used them yesterday or the day before, and they were fine.
That was the day before.
Yes, that was several days
Well, when
ago.
all this was happening, I used it, and it was fine.
Yeah, but they could be getting weaker and weaker, but the contacts further away fail first, but the ones closer in will start failing.
Okay, do your other trumps work, though?
Like I'll even use like the trump of this room. Can I like activate it so I can walk into the room?
Does it feel cold?
Roll your usual luck roll that you have to do on any kind of place trump. Yes, it does feel cold. It feels like it could work. No issues at all.
I use it.
Right. All the guards are like, oh, and then they go grab him because he disappeared from where he was. And they're like, ah! And then they drag him before the ambassador. What he wants to do with him, he could be an imposter.
I will smack the fuck out of you if you don't leave me alone.
Give me an intimidation roll. The rhino-headed guards squint at you and they set you on your feet. One of them kind of straightens your clothes.
Huh, interesting. I take out my lightsaber and I activate it with these guys in the room.
Oh, look.
No, Doc. I like that. And right. Hold on a second. Let me see how this goes.
I get ready to run. If I see eyes flickering.
To where? To where?
Anywhere but here.